We're going to break down the Seahawks undrafted free agency signings here in just a second, folks, but we are almost to 20,000 subscribers. We're just over 200 away, and I know that at least 250 people who watch this video are not subscribed to us here at Seattle Seahawks Today. Let's get that changed. Our Dolphins channel's catching up to us here at Chat Sports. I want to try and beat our Bears channel in the not-too-distant future. And for you guys, we do videos almost every single day on everything around the Seattle Seahawks, and that's not going to change as the NFL offseason enters a bit of a dead period. We will continue to give you guys videos multiple times a week on the Seahawks. So if you want more coverage and you want to have some fun as well, hit that big red button and subscribe. Undrafted free agent signings coming at you guys for the Seattle Seahawks, an area that they have had plenty of success in the past. We're going to break down every single player that they signed. In fact, of the top 15 or so guys left on my board after the draft, Seattle got several of them. Let's begin with Cade Johnson, the wide receiver from South Dakota State. He is a fantastic route runner. He's got good hands as well. I had him as a top 125 player. I am very surprised he went undrafted. The reasons why, there's a big competition jump coming. He did not test well at his size. I think his ceiling is a little bit capped. Typically, you want better athletes if you're going to be an FCS player. But his production was awesome last time we saw him in 2019 since, FCS opt-out stuff there. A former walk-on at South Dakota State, now getting a shot in the NFL. I had a 4th-round grade on him. Look, the testing was a big-time red flag. I think this is a fantastic pickup by Seattle. I also loved the Tamorrion pickup as well. Very different player from Cade Johnson. Cade Johnson is your slot receiver type of player. Tamorrion is your speedy vertical threat. He does offer great downfield ability, a 4.45 40-yard dash. He's over 6'2". He's got massive long arms at 33 inches and some change. Actually, by the way, almost 6'3". Problem is, he's very much a straight-line athlete, and less of a straight-line athlete than DK Metcalf is, for example, there. He wasn't as good this past year at Florida State, but as a speedy vertical threat, I had a 5th-round grade on him, and I think there was there is questionable toughness stuff. There's a lot of times he's playing a little bit soft, and I don't like that. I think guys like DK Metcalf can ramp him up a little bit there. Again, I love this pickup here by Seattle. Maybe it's practice squad. Maybe it's game day roster. I like Terry here a lot as the move. I also like Connor Wedington. The wide receiver is what we'll call him here from Stanford. But I'll tell you what, this kid is really barely a receiver. In the end, Wedington is going to be at his best as a kick returner. That is why Seattle picked up. I gave him a draftable grade, 7th round, 269 overall, because of his kick return ability. That is what his role was going to be in the NFL. He's not a great receiver. He was a really good high school running back, and he kind of plays like one outside of breaking tackles, more of a in-space type of guy. I wouldn't be stunned if Seattle gave him that particular role, but I will say this. Keep an eye out for Wedington on returns. Always something NFL teams are searching for there. His kick return value is why there was value for Connor Wedington in this year's NFL draft. So 269 overall on my board. The production was not great at Stanford, just 15 catches, 157 yards in a shortened season, but a 4.47 40-yard dash, a 3-cone under 6.7, that has value. So Seattle's added 4 receivers in either the draft itself, led by Dwayne Eskridge from Western Michigan, and 3 undrafted free agency pickups, Cade Johnson, Tamorrion, Connor Wedington as well. The first 3 guys, I'd say really the first 4 guys are locked in. 5, 6, maybe 7 as well. I would not be surprised if it came from one of those undrafted free agents we just mentioned. So show them some love for me in the comments section. Who is your favorite Seahawks undrafted free agent signing, UDFA, if you will? I'm going with Cade Johnson. That was the highest guy on my board. But fit matters, so you can go almost any direction. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. All right, Jared Hocker, another guy I had in my top 200 that the Seahawks picked up as an undrafted free agent. Has played both right guard and left guard. And I do think that carries quite a bit of value in the NFL. I like this pickup here a lot by Seattle as an undrafted free agent. Now look, he's not a great by any stretch of the imagination athlete. He's pretty big though, 6'6", 327. I think this is a smart move by Seattle. I love getting extra offensive line depth. I am a bit surprised Hocker went undrafted there, but his size, his experience, I think enough strength there balances out the not great athletic ability. Good pickup here by Seattle. All right, now we're going to start getting into some of the guys that I didn't study because I can't get to all like 670, whatever, 700 draftable players each year. Greg Eland is first up here. Massive human being. The dude is almost 6'8" and 300-plus pounds, 320-plus pounds. Here's the problem. The dude's slow, and this is why he went undrafted as we consult the beast from Dane Brugler for some of these players on NFL.com as well. I love the size. He allowed 4 sacks this past year at Mississippi State. I don't know if he's going to be quick enough to survive in the NFL. He's really big for a guard, but he moves like one. That does make things pretty tricky here when figuring out what his role will be in the NFL. So Greg Eland here, the pickup out of Mississippi State. Seattle Seahawks today is on the News Break app, and if you want to help the show, help us do more here, go download it, chatsports.com/SeahawksNB. That link will be in the comment section and in the description. It's not just Seahawks videos and sports content that you'll get, folks. You can also get local news and weather updates sent right to your phone, politics stuff as well, and of course the aforementioned sports content. So go download that app today at chatsports.com/SeahawksNB. Traditional news media, folks, it's dying, let's be honest here. Who gets the paper delivered? Not nearly as many families as once did. Instead, it's all sent right to your phone. So go download it today, chatsports.com/SeahawksNB. Jake Curran, another offensive lineman here from Cal. We will spend a little bit less time on some of these guys because, well, I didn't study Jake Curran here either. 40 career starts, though, for Cal, all coming at the right tackle position. Only 2 games this past year, a shortened season. There was some COVID stuff going on there as well within the Cal Golden Bears program, unfortunately. Local kid-ish, I'll say West Coast kid there in the end. I've heard reports he's pretty coachable too, so that always ends up working pretty well. Finally, not finally, but on the offensive line, the Canadian kid, Pier-Olivier Lestage, as I am told by our French person, Sam Brown here. Did I get it right? I got it right. All right. Lestage, it's funny to say. Likely going to be a center for Seattle. They did not draft one, and I will never lie to you guys. I've never heard of this dude in my life. He's from Canada, Montreal to be exact. He's 23 years old, and that's what I got for you. Everything else we'll do some research on and see how he fares at camp, and maybe he's a practice squad guy since he's come over from Canada there. But Pier-Olivier Lestage is the pickup for Seattle. Now on the offensive line, much more filled out than what it was entering the draft there. You got the undrafted guys, Lestage, Hocker. I love the Stone Forsythe pickup. Couldn't even fit every player on the roster here on the offensive line, but, it's pretty fleshed out at this point. All right, now I want you guys to predict the Seahawks record in 2021. 17 games, remember, added one this year. I still feel pretty good about the Seahawks' chances of winning the NFC West. The Rams will be a threat, Niners too. I'm not sure I buy the Cardinals quite yet, but get your votes in for me in the comments section. Bryan Mills is next up here, and I like this one too. I did study him. He was a 6/7th round grade for me all the way down. Number 251 overall, but he fits their more typical mold, more so than Trey Brown does. Just over 6'1", only 174 pounds, so he's very, very skinny. Relative to his testing, he did not test very well. 2 bench press reps. Now, he does have long arms, 32 inches, but at 174, the dude looks rail thin, and 2 bench press reps. Strength is not his game. But as, a guy with fantastic ball skills and length, that fits that more cover 3 mold Seattle has always preferred at the cornerback spot. So I am intrigued by Bryan Mills there as an undrafted free agent signing at a North Carolina Central. Very, very small school. All right, so name a free agent you think the Seahawks should sign. I'm talking NFL. We're going through the undrafted ones right now, and maybe something changes. It happens all the time, but this appears to be the list for Seattle. But NFL, veterans, experienced guys, who do you want them to add? Maybe we'll do a video on it. Get your votes in for me in the comments section. All right, we'll go kind of quickly here because these are some guys I didn't really study because I haven't heard of them. John Radigan, the Army linebacker. Seattle did not draft one. I would say keep an eye out for him making the roster as a special teams-focused player. Remember how we mentioned undrafted or NFL free agents? No linebacker drafted. The door's still open for a KJ Wright return. All right, Gerard Hewitt out of Virginia Tech. He is a bit undersized. Production was okay for the Hokies there. He's 6'1", 290. Tested more like a bigger guy, so that's not exactly ideal. But Seattle's had immense success in recent years with undrafted free agent defensive tackles. So I'm at least going to keep an eye on him. All right, Josh Johnson, the running back out of Louisiana Monroe, was much better in 2019 when he put up, where's my notes here, almost 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns, was over 6 yards per carry. Major step down this year. If you find 2019 Johnson, you might end up with a hip. And there's B.J. Emmons, and you might go, wait a minute, why do I know that name? I've heard that before. If you have, it's because he was originally an Alabama commitment and began his college career over there and then transferred, ended up at FAU, has never lived up to the expectations. The stat line you see there for 2020 does bear that out, but he tested pretty great at his size. Maybe there's even some running back, wide receiver hybrid mix here. But because of the pedigree and the athletic ability, that is a name to keep an eye out for. In fact, I'm going to list Emmons over, quote unquote. You can't see him, but I got the air quotes going with my fingers. Over Josh Johnson. I don't think it matters too much. They got a lot of depth at this position. You signed 2 more guys. You're going 8 deep at the running back spot entering training camp. I still wonder if a move might be coming. So grade Seattle's undrafted free agent signings for me here, folks. A, B, C, D, or F. What are you guys thinking? Make your voice heard in the comments section.